Hope you had a great and safe Memorial Day weekend. Everyone else, hope you had a really good weekend. Last weekend in May. I'll take some questions. That's why I go live all the time. But I want to start with something. The thumbnail is a morph I found somebody made of me online. I didn't make it myself. I didn't ask anyone to make it, but I thought it was pretty hilarious because it gave me the arms I always wanted, those big 24-inch fake-ass looking arms. But it just made me think there's really two very common types of delusions among all of us bodybuilders, and I'll tell you which one I fit into. If you guys want to chime in and give me, your own experiences. So some of us have that big orexia where we look in the mirror, we always think we're small, fat, we look horrible, pathetic, like we don't even lift, bro. That's me. I take it a step further. I think that I can look in the mirror and see that I'm muscular, but I don't think other people see that. I think other people see me as a skinny guy or a fat guy. I don't think people can tell I work out, even at my own gym. That's how freaking crazy I am. So that's one type of delusion. And you see a lot of guys, they're always covered up, and it's not because they're modest. It's not like, oh, I don't want to show off. It's really because they think they look that bad. I remember, years ago, there's a lot of people who just are in that perma bulk mode. Years ago out in California, he passed away, a guy named Abel, big Mexican dude. Wouldn't really call him a bodybuilder. He was a serious lifter, very strong dude, well over 300 pounds, big dude, but he always wore sweats. And this is Pasadena, California. It got 95 to 105 degrees for most of the summer. It was very, very hot out there. I couldn't stand it. Anyway, I never saw the guy in a t-shirt, let alone a tank top. Always had a big baggy sweatshirt on, sweatpants, and this guy was massive. Probably about 5'9", 320 pounds, something like that. Not lean, but still he had a ton of size. Anyway, so that's one type of delusion where you look at yourself and you never think you're muscular, you never think you look good, never think you look like a bodybuilder, even if you've competed in bodybuilding and done well. That's one weird mental problem. The other one that I see a lot more of because of social media are the people, men and women, who they think they're super jacked. They barely have any muscle on them. I see it more so with women because I think it's a lot more rare to see a woman with any kind of muscular development. Can I say that? Of course I can. But if a girl, an 18, 19, 20-year-old girl, and every gym now is packed with them, all she has to do is put on some workout clothes, even if she's not in any kind of shape, and all of a sudden she's fit, and she probably has a name on Instagram like Fit Jessica or Jessica Fit 320, something to do with fitness, and they post videos of themselves training constantly. They're not strong. They're not demonstrating a new exercise that we don't know about or a variation on it. They're just constantly filming themselves. At my gym, we have so many tripods going sometimes, especially on the weekends, because we get a lot of guest workout, people coming in on guest passes, just paying for the day on weekends at my gym. We get a lot of young men and women there filming every little thing they do. My son and I, a couple weeks ago, I was training him. Sometimes I just go there to train him. And there was a young guy, about his age, maybe younger. My son's 22, so this kid was probably 20, 21. Smaller than my son, and he had a tripod. He was filming every set of everything he was doing. And this kid did not have much muscle at all. So I'm thinking, he must think he looks awesome. God bless him. I wish I was like that. I wish I thought I was super, super jacked and, I could be satisfied and happy with how I looked. But it's the looking in the mirror and seeing something that's not there, in a sense that you're actually a lot better built than you think you are. It's that insecurity or delusion that drives most of us to really keep doing this thing for months and years. The meals, all the meals every day, all the hard training every day. So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about this for you. Start throwing me random questions about Tren or Clen or something. Let's go to F5. Oh, this video is not showing up yet. Why is that? Come on, I want your questions. Let's see. Yeah, I'm live. Where's that video? Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's see what you guys got to say. Future top 5 Olympian or what? Nice thumbnail. No, that's a morph, and yeah, I wish. If my arms were really that big, I'm guessing they'd be like 28 or 30 inches, which no human being, as far as I know, is ever. No style, all subs by the wrong. What's your TRT dose? So I'm not on TRT. TRT would be just enough to put me at a high normal range, and I take more than that. I do TOT, testosterone optimization therapy. So typically every 4th day, I'll do 200 milligrams of cypionate, and then I would do with that like 100 milligrams of DECA. Right now, I'm going every 3rd day, and I'm on 150. So every 3rd day now, because I'm in my summer cut, right now I'm on every 3rd day. So if I did a shot today, which is Tuesday, I didn't. I actually need I need a shot today. Looking at my thing. So let's say I do my shot today like I'm supposed to. Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I need another shot. That's every 3rd day. That's how I do it in my mind. So right now it's 200 milligrams of test, 150 milligrams of trenanthate. Trenanthate. So 150 milligrams. I'm on 25 milligrams of proviron twice a day, so that's 50 milligrams. I don't even really count that. That's just to raise my free test. I am going to start cleanse soon. I'm not on it yet. Trying to do what I can with some over-the-counter fat burners first. I'm almost out of my double tap by Redcon. It's almost out. I think I have 1 or 2 more servings. I take that in the morning when I wake up. It's a powder. I drink it. I mix it up and drink it. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to start cleanse, probably like 80 micrograms a day. I'll do like 5 days on, 2 days off. Swayam, have you ever thought about being a bodybuilding coach to amateurs because your knowledge can be great assets to them in their initials? Yeah, see, I do that, but I have to charge money for it because I don't have much time. See, people hit me up all the time on Instagram and whatever looking for free coaching. I don't have that. I know I should work for free because I want to give back and everything, but I need to charge money. Even these guys like Dorian and Jay Cutler, they charge a lot of money to coach you. And it's not really a custom program. I do work with some local people. One's actually a guy in New York. Right now I'm coaching 3 people. They all pay me. They all get very individualized attention, custom workouts, diets, check-ins, things like that. But I do that. I do coach, but I charge for it. It is not free. I'm sorry. Because a lot of people come to me wanting to do it for free. They say, well, I have no money. I said, I'm sorry. I don't. My time is valuable. I don't have a ton of time. I just don't. I'm so busy if I wasn't living the bodybuilding life still, which at 52, 53 in September, I still am. If I didn't eat 5 solid meals and a shake or 2 a day and I leave for the gym usually at like 8:30, 9 in the morning. I'm not back till like 11:30 or noon. So there's a big chunk of my day already gone to training. Then I'm eating, I'm cooking. It's a lot. So if I gave up all that and just was a regular Joe, didn't spend a lot of time working out, ate like a regular human being, 3 little meals a day, I'd have more time on my hands. But I like looking and feeling jacked. Okay, let's go back. Jordan, strength, very true. I'm currently the baggy sweats guy. Hope it's not like 100 degrees over there, though. Mixture of reasons, mainly hate how I look, and my gut isn't the best lately. Yeah, you know what? Here's a pro tip. If you do have a little bit of a belly and you want to you can wear like a black tank top, as long as you can keep your gut sucked in. Because if I let my gut out now, it hangs. It's terrible. My midsection has grown so much over the years. I don't know how much damage I did in that one winter on insulin. I think I did a lot. I think I permanently blew out my gut. But black tank top, black will cover, the worst thing you can wear if you have a little bit of a gut or a big midsection is a white tank top. I actually had a nice Gasp one that I got for free because I had a deal with bodybuilding.com for a while where they were, I was doing articles for them and they were giving me a certain amount of allotment, like I could order supplements or clothes from them. This was years ago. Anyway, I threw it out because every time I put it on, I felt like my gut looked huge in this white tank top. So black tank tops if your guts. Yeah. Out of call. The Cayenne tribe preferred the long neck look. Oh, this is at Africa. It's something you can only break when you leave the tribe, so to speak. So I think you're talking about that African tribe where the women put the rings, they add rings like every year until their neck is like a giraffe. It's crazy what you can, the body modifications that are possible with, you know, time and dedication and pain. Like is it China or Japanese where the women bind their feet so their feet stay like this small forever? I don't think they do that very often anymore. That's barbaric. Cheers, J-Dog. Cheers from the mail route. Oh, my dad was a mail carrier. I think I've told you that before. So, and I used to go on my dad's mail route with him sometimes. I used to ride in the mail truck. D-Strong, hi Ron. How's Giles doing? He had surgery yesterday. He is awake. He's in some pain, but you know, things are looking good. You know, Giles is a younger guy, 44, eats very well, exercises, takes care of himself. So I think and pray he's going to be just fine. So thank you for asking. Giles is on the mend from his bypass open heart surgery. No joke. See, how much, Abbas Muhammad, how much the steroids cost you? I have a deal with a company, so I don't right now. And you can see it on my Instagram. I'm not going to promote them here. This is not my personal page. This is Muscular Development. This is my work. So you have to go to my own Instagram, Ron Harris Muscle, and you'll see the posts. But I don't pay. It's a barter agreement where I make posts for them and they send me some product. But yeah, I don't pay for them. I used to pay. Steroids aren't that expensive. Steroids are not. Growth hormone's expensive. Some steroids, once you get into like the contest prep type of steroids, the things like Winstrol, especially once you get into like Masteron, Primobolan, Anavar much bigger bucks. The basic stuff like the different testosterone blends, cheap. Trend's cheap. Deca's cheap. D-Ball's pretty cheap. It's once you get into the more exotic items that are typically only used for prep because you don't hold water on them. You don't get the bloat. You don't get as many side effects with the acne. They don't aromatize like that. They're cleaner steroids, so they're much more expensive. Much more expensive. Inception VJ. The bodybuilding audience really that small, and the 2 shows that wrapped up recently didn't even live stream. Yeah, I was kind of bummed out by that. I wanted to see it. I was looking. Some random people were posting pictures from the show, some video clips here and there. The muscle contest, they started streaming it live on their YouTube channel, Muscle Contest International. But after 11 minutes, right as it was round 1 of the judging where the guys just come out individually before the comparisons. And 4 or 5 guys in, Peter Klancher from Croatia was about to start posing, and they just stopped the video and we never saw anything else. So yeah, I was surprised there was no stream either beyond that. No pay-per-view. But most of these shows, if you notice, like New York, all the shows I've been to recently, Arnold, New York Pro, Indy Pro, they all had pay-per-views. They all had live streams. You had to pay for it, but they did have really high quality streams. Boston Pro had a really good one, very high quality. I think it was like 10K. Is that a thing? What else we got? Arturo Avalos. Everyone can't wait to see you at the Chicago Pro. Sign your book. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be there. Chicago Pro is July 23rd, and it's in Illinois again. It's been in Atlanta the past couple of years. So Chicago Pro has been Atlanta for the past 2 years when we had the pandemic. And the New York Pro was in Tampa for 2 years. This year, everything's back in the right state, so to speak. Rodrigo Rojas, being older, do you notice a significant change in knees and elbow pain when doing an exercise? Funny you should ask. Elbows are fine. I don't have any elbow pain at all. I used to have a lot of pain in this elbow, and it turned out I had a half-torn tricep. The head up here was torn, and I didn't even know it. I was always wrapping it, putting sleeves on it. I used to have a lot worse elbow pain because I used to press very, very heavy with dumbbells, very heavy. I used to do, for shoulders, I could do 120s overhead any day of the week for like 12 to 15 reps, sometimes 130s. For chest, I could go up to like 130s, 140s on incline, 130, 140, occasionally 150 on a flat. So my elbows used to have a lot more strain on them. I don't train. I can't do that anymore because I have such severe advanced osteoarthritis in this shoulder, so I don't press that heavy anymore. But the knees, I never had consistent knee pain. Occasionally I would have some here and there, but now my right knee It's right in the patella. It's right in the middle of the kneecap. I can push it right here and it hurts. Or if I have to get, if I'm kneeling down for something, if I'm on that knee, it hurts. And it's very hard for me now to find any squatting or pressing movements. I have to keep moving my feet around wider, further apart, shifting the toes around to try to find an exact track of motion that doesn't hurt. So I am having a lot more right knee pain. It's wear and tear. It's all those, decades and decades of heavy squatting, leg pressing, hack squats. People used to marvel at how I could go super low on my squats and my hack squats. And they said, your knees are okay? I said, yeah, my knees are fine. And they were for a very long time, for years and years, but nobody's luck holds out forever. I'm reminded of something. It's anytime I say, you're not going to keep getting bigger and stronger forever, there's always somebody who'll say, well, I'm 122 years old and I'm getting bigger by the day and I'm benching 1,000 pounds for 15 reps and I'm squatting 1,500 for 20 reps and I have 24-inch arms and I'm 275 with a 28-inch waist. Yeah, this guy's 120. There's always someone who has to, some kind of, most of them I think are just bullshitting me, obviously. Nobody ever said they were 122 years old. I was just really exaggerating there. Swayam, maybe you can do seminar types with paid visits for bodybuilders, or maybe start a Patreon page with your clips about the basics of starting a bodybuilding career, nutrition, supplements, training. Maybe. I mean, that's something I would probably, to have the time and the energy and effort to do that, it'd probably be when I'm not doing this anymore. So I don't know when that would be, but thanks for the idea. D Shore, will you be coming to the UK for the Arnold UK in December? I seriously doubt it. We have not been able to bring Giles Thomas over here for a couple of years due to budget. So it would be kind of silly for us to bring me over there when he's right there. He's like I want to say a 3 or 4 hour drive north of London. Or actually, I don't even know where the show, I can't recall where they're holding the show. I know that the promoters changed and everything. But no, I won't be there. Giles should be in full force, giving us great coverage of the Arnold UK with the new promoters this year. Jordan Strank, currently in the UK, never really crazy hot over here, but I would like to feel more confident in t-shirts / vests. Yeah, it's funny how we have different words for different things. It's funny how vests means like shirts. To us, a vest is a specific kind of, it's, something like you wear as part of like a suit, usually. It's not a word for shirt. Flex T, she's wrong. Can you imagine how you're going to act when you get on your TRT dose, brother? Well, yeah, my TRT, that's going to be a massive psychological hurdle, is losing some of the muscle I have, because I never felt like I had enough anyway. I never felt like I was anywhere near as big as I wanted to be, because, look at the guys I was around. I was around the best, the biggest. I was around Dorian, Ronnie, Levroni, Nasser, Marcus Rule, Paul Dillette, Jay Cutler, Flex Wheeler. I've been around the biggest human beings that have walked this earth for years, for my entire adult life. So, I sometimes I get envious of you guys, because a lot of you guys, you don't even have to be very big, but if you walk around, you're around people that have never seen a man who's like 5'9", 300 pounds ripped. Every time I don't go out much. I just go to the gym and home, really. So I go to these shows and I'm around people who have seen all the Mr. Olympias on the Classic Champs. So I know I'm never, ever going to even look like I lift compared to those guys. So yeah, but going on TRT, it's going to be tough. I'm well aware. I would work with a doctor or a clinic. I'm looking at Frontline, and keep myself in the high normal range, so I'm still feeling good, still have the sex drive, performance, all that, enough energy. If I have to lose some muscle, so be it. I was never huge in the first place, so it's not like I'm dropping down from like Ronnie Coleman size to a regular guy. I was never anywhere near that big anyway, so I'd still be lean and muscular. I'd still be bigger. You don't lose what took you almost 40 years to build. You don't lose all that, because I would still train hard. I would still eat right. I'd still be on testosterone enough to keep me in a normal range. So I wouldn't like shrink down to I know a lot of my critics / haters would love to see me shrink down to a string bean, but I haven't been under The last time I was even, I'm 5'7.5". The last time I was under 200 pounds was the 2009 Team Universe, where I weighed in at 198. That's the last time I was been under 200 pounds. So yeah, I'm not gonna be that small. I know some of you guys would like, I hope he goes down to like 98 pounds. Ironic. It's Ask Dave. Ask has been a thing for you. There have been advice columns in the magazines and even on YouTube for years called Ask So-and-so. Yeah, Dave doesn't have the patent on the word ask. It's a verb. Oh, man. Anyway, uncertainty principle. Hey, Ron, what do you think of Hassan Mustafa physique? I mean, his physique is meant for bodybuilding. Very unique physique, just like Phil Heath once was. Do you think his physique is top 5 Olympia? I absolutely think Hassan Mustafa is capable of top 5 in the Olympia. Absolutely. In fact, I don't think he's even won a show yet. He's been second place so many times, third place, fourth, fifth. He just needs that extra bit of crispy, dry, grainy condition because he's got all the muscle in the world. He's got beautiful shape, those legs, those arms. Hassan Mustafa from Egypt, he is amazing. I would love to see him start winning shows and get up to the Olympia and do well. Do like top 5, top 6. Why not? He's fantastic. Big fan of his physique. Brent Byers. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I love this. I'm also in the bodybuilding. You've taught me to love. Thank you. Probably did. You're welcome. Zach Elron, how many days of the week do you do cardio? Unless I'm in a rush and I'm running late at the gym and I need to get home to get to an interview or something, I usually will do cardio after every weight training session of mine, which is I do 3 days on, 1 day off. I do push, pull, legs, off, repeat. So I'm typically doing cardio 20 to 30 minutes on those days, 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, it's always in that range because I don't want to do a ton of cardio. I've already been lifting weights for an hour and a half. And after the cardio, I go stretch. Then I make my whey protein isolate shake. And I have some gummy bears. And then I go home. So usually, or if I don't have to run an errand. J-Dog BS. Rodrigo Rojas, what are your thoughts about the change of people in the gym? Where in your day, I imagine more were into their workouts. Now it's more taking pictures of videos. Well, yeah, in my day, we didn't have cell phones or smartphones, whatever you want to call them. I still call them cell phones. We didn't have them. They didn't exist back then. If you wanted to have a video at the gym, you had to bring these were camcorders. These are big. The first one I bought was about that big. Second one I bought, they got smaller as the years went by, but you would have to take it to the gym, and most of us would feel like a tool doing that. The only time we would bring bring a camera to the gym, because you had to, take a camera, take the pictures, and then have the film developed. There's plenty of places to go get your film developed, but it would take, an hour. 1 hour photo was more expensive. Anyway, we would take a camera to the gym, like maybe if I was in the final stage of contest prep and I want to take some pics in good lighting or something of the mandatories. I did that a few times, but I don't have that many pictures. Certainly not many videos from those days. Yeah, we didn't document everything. We just didn't. I mean, it was a different era. We didn't document like our lives. Like, look at Instagram and all these social media platforms. People put the pictures of every meal they're eating, every bowel movement. I mean, everywhere they go, they have to take pictures or videos and let you know they were there. They check in at this gym and that restaurant or this concert. So a lot of these people on social media now, every little thing they're doing. But back in our day, we didn't do that because there was no technology for it. I'm sure we would have. I'm sure people are people. We would have become addicted to social media the same way people are now. We just didn't have that option. So I can't say, these idiots today, because we would have done the same thing. We just didn't have the opportunity. I thought you were not going to run Tren. Oh, your name is Ron Harris too? I doubt that. I never said I wasn't going to run Tren, but when I run it, I only run it for 3-4 weeks at a time. I wouldn't stay on it like for months, no. Glenn, what the fuck? Why are you calling yourself Ron Harris? That's me. Come up with your own dopey name. Come on, dude. Be original. Glenn, what the F? I've used Glenn many times. Everyone I know who wants to get in great shape they'll throw in some clean. Because I'm not competing, but I'm going to do some photo shoots. Probably, I think I need to get them done before this Chicago Pro. Because after that, it's a lot of shows in a row and be out of town. I won't be able to stay on my diet 100% with getting the meals in when I need to. So I'll take some pictures. Yeah, being a J-Dog, being in that Araminga reporter, you've seen them all the time. Yeah, I've seen all the big dudes. Yeah, Ron Harris, 3 hours a day for the gym with the drive. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it's like a 20-minute drive. It's not bad, 20, 25 minutes. But, you know, you got to go in. I got to put all my stuff in the locker. I mix up I've been doing an intra workout shake for about 6 weeks now. Got to go to the bathroom. Got to wash my hands, dry my hands. So, yeah, I mean, every little minute adds up. I mean, we only have 24 hours in a day. And as you guys know, I mean, I feel like every day it's Groundhog Day. Because, you know, like tomorrow the trash comes. The trash picks up in my neighborhood, on my street every Wednesday. And every time I'm like changing the trash bags and taking the trash out to the curb, I'm like, I had that deja vu, like, didn't I just do this? And that was a week ago. So weeks fly by, man. They fly. Swayam. I've included new sets of exercise to my training after sets I'm having insane joint pain. It's taking time to heal. Does it mean it will take time for my body to adapt or I delete it? Swayam, your English is not great, so it's hard for me to understand you. I'm sorry, I don't speak whatever language you speak. I don't know why you would have joint pain. Usually when you do new exercises or new techniques, you'll have muscular pain. Is that what you're trying to say? You shouldn't be having pain like in your shoulders, your elbows, your knees, your wrists. You shouldn't be having joint pain. Maybe you're going way too heavy. Maybe you need to use a little bit less weight if it's really beating up your joints like that. I don't know if that's what you mean. You might mean muscle pain. I think that's what you're trying to say. Am I infertile right now, Abbas? Abbas, in January of 2000, over 22 years ago, I had a vasectomy. If you don't know what a vasectomy is, I know most of you guys do. It's a surgical procedure where they cut your vas deferens. That is a little tube that takes the sperm from your testicles, your balls, to, okay, here's where I lose it. I don't know that much about this stuff. But anyway, you still have semen come out, but the sperm isn't in there anymore. It goes back into your body or something. So I had already had my 2 kids. We had a boy, and we had just had our son a few months before that. We had our daughter in 94. We had my son in late September 99. So we didn't want any more kids. A boy and a girl, we're good. We didn't need a whole baseball team or a bunch of farm hands. 2 kids was good for us. So I had the procedure so my wife wouldn't have to use birth control ever again, and I wouldn't have to worry about condoms or anything like that. So I've been infertile. Even if I hadn't had the surgery, I'd probably be infertile from all the steroids anyway, but I don't want any more damn kids. Even if in some weird, wacky scenario, if I was like remarried, I would not want kids right now. I've been there and I've done that. I raised my kids. They're adults. Thank God. They're great young man, young woman. And I would not want to start over with a baby again. Oh, it gives me the creeps just thinking about that. Starting over with a newborn baby, screaming all night, pooping, peeing. Oh, no, I'm all done. I did that. Infertile. Yeah, I am infertile. Dr. T is in very little and looks good. Yeah, he responds to pretty low doses for sure. Yeah. Shout out to Tiger, Endless Gaming. Shout out to Tiger Giles Thomas. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers, because, you know, he's on the mend. He got through the surgery. I don't know if it was a triple bypass. It was a pretty involved heart surgery procedure. And he's out. He's out of surgery. He's in the hospital for a little while. You know, hoping he heals up. And, you know, he should be better than ever because his heart was at 30 to 40% function for the last few years, and he didn't even know it. So with, you know, everything cleared out, all the blockage, jeez. Sorry, guys. He should actually be feeling way better than he has in a long time. Oof, sorry, guys. Inception. Hassan went crazy last year and participated in every show that took place on the planet. Yeah, you know, and I applaud that. I applaud a guy who will go and do a bunch of shows because a lot of the competitors now, they're afraid to compete too much. Hassan did a ton of shows. I would love to see him get to that next level and start winning shows. He's so good. Hassan Mustafa. What a beautiful physique. So much mass with really good shape. And a nice guy, too. Him and his wife. Nicest people. Nicest people. Jada, I was saying BS about people saying they're getting bigger and ripped into later years. There's always somebody that will say that, though. There's always somebody say, well, I'm 60 and I'm still getting bigger every week. I'm like, would you start training like when you're 58? Anyone, if they've been consistently training from the average male bodybuilder, for lack of a better word, I consider us all bodybuilders, whether you compete or not. If you're training to change the way your physique looks, to build muscle or whatever, you're a bodybuilder. So anyone who's been doing that from the time of a teenager, early 20s, that's when most of us get into it. I've been training consistently since I was 14. If you've been training consistently since you were a teenager, there's no effing way, no way you'd be 50, 60 years old and you're still putting on muscle. You'd be 1,000 pounds ripped. You're not getting stronger either. You'd be benching 2,000 pounds, squatting 5,000 pounds. You're full of shit. So, but a lot of people online are full of shit. It's like their fantasy world. They can say they can be anything they want to be. They can be invent this persona, this character for themselves. So whatever. If that's what gets them through the day, whatever. Gotta walk Branch. I gotta see if, I'm gonna try to get my son to walk him. Because I walk him every morning. Occasionally I can get my son to do the afternoon walk. If not, it's fine. I'll walk him again. Branch needs a lot of exercise. Jordan, strength. Diet question, please. My digestion is pretty terrible lately. Bloated after eating chicken and red meat. Even with isolate shakes, I can't get enough protein intake. Any protein sources you'd suggest? I mean, just try them all. So chicken and red meat don't work for you. Fish, fish is white fish especially is very clean burning. Most people don't have any issues digesting things like cod, tilapia, flounder. Try fish, try turkey, ground turkey, turkey breast. You already said eggs don't work for you. Try like egg whites. Egg whites are so light. They digest very easily. Try that. Or even try drinking the liquid egg whites. A lot of people do that. It's disgusting, I know, but a lot of people do that. They drink it straight out of the carton, the liquid egg whites. Yeah. Arturo Avalos, when dieting, do you account for supplements such as omega, CLA, and vitamins for calories? No, I don't. It's minimal. Gabs Flex, wishing Giles a rapid recovery. Yeah, me too. Ivan Arsiga, what do you think about Hunter Labrada diet? I haven't watched those videos. I'd spend like all day watching videos if I could, but I got to get some work done and I'm out. But I guess he drinks a lot of shakes. And, his dad was actually famous, Lee Labrada. Toward the end of his competitive career, he was having, I think, most of his meals. I want to say like 4 of his meals were like Metrex shakes. He was sponsored by Metrex at the time, or was he part owner of the company? So, I mean, I personally would like to see people eating mostly real food, but Hunter looks awesome. I mean, it's hard to argue with the results, isn't it? I mean, if he looked like shit, you could blame it as say this is a terrible diet, but he drinks a lot of shakes. He still looks freaking great. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what he looks like at the Olympia, right? D-Shore, who do I think has the best physique at present, in my opinion? Oh, man. I mean, Rami's Mr. Olympia twice. I love Brandon's physique. I think he's got a great physique. Hunter looks good. Nick's just a freak. Samson Dowda, I think someone to watch. I think he's coming on strong this year. I think he'll do well at the Olympia. I don't have a favorite right now. I don't. If you'd asked me like years ago, there was a long time where like Dorian was my favorite or Flex Wheeler was my favorite physique. I've had favorites. When I first started out started reading the magazines in 87, 88, Rich Gaspari was my favorite physique. I also liked Mike Mentzer's physique back then a lot. Yeah, I've never really had like one favorite. There's so many great physiques out there. Jonathan Rocha, what's your typical meal, brother? I mean, I eat the same things every day. Eggs and oatmeal with some blueberries in the morning. That's my first meal. Second meal is whey protein isolate shake and some gummy bears right after a workout. Hour and a half later, I have chicken and rice. 2 hours after that, I have a turkey breast burger on potato bread with a slice of cheese, an apple, and coffee with like another 20 grams of protein shake in it. The meal after that is ground turkey with some salsa and tortilla chips all mixed together. And my last meal is either a sirloin patty with some nuts and raw green beans, or I'll do a salmon fillet with, again, the nuts and green beans. And I eat the same shit every day, like clockwork. Let's see. I took a meal. Gobsflex, whole boiled eggs mashed with salad cream goes down rapid for me. Yeah, you know, if you find like any of you guys, if you find your good really go-to meal, something that's got all the nutrients you need and you enjoy it, it's easy for you to prepare and easy for you to eat, have that shit a couple times a day. Yeah, I mean, just don't make things harder on yourselves. If you're getting the right nutrients and if you find certain meals that are just easy for you to prepare and to eat, yeah, it ain't broke. Don't fix it. Keep eating that. Yeah. Mr. Jinx, getting huge in New Bedford, Massachusetts. So if you're New Bedford, I assume you're Portuguese. Yes. New Bedford. Where at? Fall River, General Fitness. I go there every once in a while. Haven't been there in a while. Great gym down there. Love that place. Hi, Daddy. I'm not your daddy. Come on now. J-Dog, liquid egg whites from carton taste like dog food. I tried drinking it one time. They're just so slimy. I've seen people do it before. I don't know how. Gross. But if you can stomach it, it's pretty easy. They're not, they're not as nutritious until you cook them, egg whites. That's surprising when you find that out, but it's true. They're actually a little less nutritious raw than they are cooked. Don't ask me the science behind that because I don't know. I know there is some science. Endless Gaming. If you choose which gym you would choose to train daily today, Gold's Gym, Dragon's Lair, or another one. Never been to Dragon's Lair. It looks awesome. Gold's Venice isn't what it used to be. I like the Redcon gym in Nashville. It's so big. It's got so much awesome equipment. No, I mean, I've been to Bevan Steve's. I've never trained there. I've been there twice. Never got to train there. I was there for work. Nah, I mean, I guess Dragon's Lair from what I see, but I've yet to go there. I want to hit that place up. Hopefully, when I'm out there for the Olympia in December, I'll get to go there and train. Inception VI. My favorite is Nick Walker, but I'm constantly worried for him as more and more shape guys are entering the open division each day. I thought they're now doing vacuums. Yeah, but that doesn't mean, just because more and more guys with good shape are coming in, doesn't mean guys like Nick, who are more of the mass monsters, doesn't mean that they're going to do poorly. You know, Nick might be exactly what they're looking for this year at the Olympia. Who knows? You know, if he shows up freakish and keeps his waist tight and his condition is off the charts, why not? He might win. Why not? I've seen stranger things happen. D-Shore, I'm with Dorian was my favorite for the mass, but Flex without doubt for the mass, but Flex for symmetry, yeah. Dorian and Flex, man, they were both incredible. I'm so lucky I got to see them both compete many times. Gabs Flex, gummy bears, yeah. Before the gummy bears, I was having like cereal. It's like, you know, kid cereal, like Trix, Apple Jacks, Lucky Charms. I would eat like 2 cups of that with the whey protein. It's all just sugar. I'm just trying to get sugar in. That's the one time of the day I want simple sugars, is right after I work out. I want everything quick. The protein, you know, during the training, I'm having the essential amino acids and cyclic dextrin. So it's Breach from Redcon 1 and Cluster Bomb from Redcon 1 mixed together. I throw a scoop of glutamine. Haven't had creatine in a long time. I can't get any freaking creatine. Everyone's sold out. It's all back ordered. I don't think I've had creatine in like 6 months now. Jeez, no wonder I need my gains. I need the creatine. Kevin Ghosh, do you think Andrea Shaw is going to win Ms. Olympia? Oh, yeah. Who's beating her? She was so dominant last year. So dominant. Was that her second win? I think it was her second straight win. Or third? Yeah, she's very tough to beat. Gabs Flex, all-time favorite, Victor Martinez and Evan Sinapani. Yeah, both of them are awesome. Victor, beautiful shape, plenty of mass. Evan, very rugged physique, still, you know, with a tight waistline. D-Shore, egg whites and oats mix and slowly cook so you can still drink it, plus throw in a yolk. Yeah, you know, for those of you who've seen Ronnie Coleman's video, The Unbelievable, and I'm sure a lot of you did, he used to throw big bowl of grits, and he would throw in a bunch of egg whites and mix it all together. And then I think he would microwave it and sit there and eat this big porridge of egg whites and grits. Grits are just like cornmeal. It's kind of they're very similar to like oatmeal and cream of wheat, cream of rice. Abbas Muhammad. Ronnie, have you tried GH and insulin combination? No, I did not. I did insulin on its own. I believe that was the winter of 2015 and 2016, like, late 2015. So I did insulin for like 3 months straight. I wasn't using GH back then. I didn't want to spend the money. It was very expensive. Now I've been on insulin. I'm on 2.5 units a day because it's easy. It's the easiest way I do. The bottle makes 10 units, the powder, when you mix it up. So I do 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 4 little insulin syringes with 2.5 each out of one bottle. It's just easier that way. But no, I never did them both. Mr. Jinx, Nick Walker's winning Olympia this year, and of course I'm Portuguese. Bom dia, yeah. A huge Portuguese population because they've been in Massachusetts, New Bedford area for a couple hundred years. They were the whaling industry and the fishing industry would have not been able to survive without all those great Portuguese immigrants. Yeah, we have a lot of Brazilians now in this area too. Fall River and New Bedford especially. Yeah. But even in my area, I'm like around I'm in Stoughton next to Brockton. There's a lot of Portuguese and Brazilian in this area. I mean, they've been in this part of the country for a very long time. Derek should definitely do the open. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Who wouldn't like to see that? Eat more steak for creatine. Well, I don't want to eat a lot of steak. I'm 52. I don't think I should be eating a ton of red meat at this stage of my life. If I have like one 6-ounce serving a day, 8-ounce serving, that's plenty. The late Mike Matarazzo, who died very young of a heart attack. I'm sorry, of heart disease. He'd already had a heart attack. He was he like 40, 43, 40? He wasn't even 50. I know he didn't make it to 50. Anyway, he regretted eating so much red meat. He really felt that contributed greatly to his coming down with, severe heart disease in his 30s, which he did, his late 30s. God rest his soul. Sagar Sanyal. How to big and shred at the same time as a natural bodybuilder? You can't. I'm sorry. If you're natural, you can get big and you'll be kind of fat, or you can get shredded, but you're not going to be very big. That's the beauty of drugs, is they allow you to do both. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say, well, if you take creatine, you do. No, you can't be big and shredded as a natural bodybuilder. There are some people with awesome genetics, some rare people. They're going to be bigger and leaner naturally than most people would be able to achieve, but they're still not. They don't look like IFBB pros, like 5'8", 260 shredded. No. Andulus Gaming, if you go back in time, which show would you like to watch live? I think I'd like to see the 1980 Mr. Olympia in Sydney, Australia. That one where Arnold, at the last minute, just showed up on stage. He wasn't even supposed to compete. He was supposed to commentate for NBC or ABC Sports, something like that. He was supposed to be a TV commentator for the show, and nobody knew he was competing except his training partner Franco, and he jumped in. It was a very controversial win for Arnold, but Frank Zane was in that show. Mike Mentzer was in that show. Chris Dickerson. There's a lot of good people. I would have liked to seen that. That's probably the one Olympia, if I could go back in time, I'd see that one. Or maybe the 75 Olympia in Pretoria, South Africa, because I've seen bits and pieces of it in the movie Pumping Iron so many times. It'd be cool to have actually been there live and watch, Lou Ferrigno and Arnold and Serge Nubret and Franco and all those guys. Yeah. Stoughton semi-trailers. Yeah. What's your opinion on deadlift? It's a great exercise. I can't do it anymore. I can't. My lower back won't let. Fave cheat meals, pizza. Pizza, Chinese food, but pizza. I love pizza. Pizza's freaking delicious. J-Dog, Stoughton semi-trailers. I don't know what that means. Mike, nice interview with Dave Pulcinella. Yeah, cool guy, Dave Pulcinella. He's been around longer than, he's older than me, so he's been around longer than me. So many cool stories. Such great insights, because he's seen the evolution of the sport, the industry, different mindsets over the years. It's cool. Sagar, sweetest person ever. Thank you very much. Be like Kai in those old carnivore ads with the raw steak. Kai said He told me when he was filming or shooting that commercial that day that it was a print. There were just photos. There was no video, but he was getting so nauseated sitting there with that raw, gnawing on that raw steak like all day. It was everything he could do not to throw up. Keon Pierce stated he was natural to the Arnold. Keon was natural until I don't know when it was, what show it was, so I don't want people getting all upset because I'm not gonna say the right show, but I believe he was natural for a long time because once he went on stuff, he blew up. He got huge very quickly, which you don't see happen with somebody who's already on gear. You tend to see that with people who were natural for years and built a great base of natural size and strength. Then when they add the gear in, it's like a nuclear explosion. They just blow up with muscle. It's crazy. Jorge Ramirez, Nick over Hunter at the Olympia this year. Yeah, I'm surprised Hunter doesn't get more love. He's got a great physique. He's very active on social media, but Nick, people love Nick. It seems like he has a way bigger fan base. Maybe that's just my perception, but the comments I see on social media and stuff, or YouTube videos too. J-Dog made Mike Mentzer quit. Yeah, Mike Mentzer would never psychologically recover from that 1980 Olympia. He felt he was just so screwed over. And Arnold had personally screwed him over by competing just to beat him, to make sure he didn't win the Olympia. That's how Mike felt. Just a couple more guys. Andy Holden, hey Ron, do you feel losing fat each comp or cut becomes easier? Found Ab show. No. No, getting leaner for me, it doesn't get easier because I am getting older. My metabolism is not as fast as it used to be, but it's easier for me just because I stay leaner all the time now. I don't get fat. It's a lot easier to get really lean if you're already pretty lean to start with. It's a bitch if you're fat. If you let yourself gain a lot of body fat, your life is going to suck when it's time to get lean because you're going to have to cut your carbs way back, your calories way down. You're going to have to do so much cardio. You're going to be miserable. Whereas if you're able to be disciplined and eat clean most of the time and keep some cardio in your routine, stay fairly lean where you can always see like some abs, some muscle separation, then you don't have that much more fat to lose once you do decide you want to get shredded. That's my biggest recommendation. Andy, do you like T3 Clean combo? And what dose you use? How many weeks out do you implement them? I haven't taken T3 for many years. Oh, the last time I took T3, I think was like 2004. I got away from it. I don't know why. I just didn't feel like it was necessary. I can get, as long as I diet very strictly and I throw some Clean in there, I think back in those days I was using some ephedrine and stuff too. I just didn't see the point in adding more stuff in there like T3. I think it was hard for me to get it, and I could get it now, but I'm like, why am I going to mess with the thyroid hormone now? I know it's used, people do use it, and I'm not saying it's not effective. I just, I don't want to take too many damn fat burners. D-Shore, have I ever reached out to see if I get an interview with Tanya? I did. She was having computer problems at the time. I should reach out again. It's kind of a bummer with interviews like that because I know the audience on YouTube is so young that a lot of them have no idea who Tanya is. I'd have a great time interviewing her. It'd probably be a great interview, but the views, I bet, would be terrible because most of the people that watch the videos have no idea who she is. They wouldn't click on it. That's my issue with a lot of the old-time bodybuilders. I know the views would not be, unless it's a huge name like, they're Olympia champion maybe or something, but I know a lot of these young YouTube viewers, they're not going to be interested. It's unfortunate. Nenad Nikolik. What do you prefer, high intensity or high volume? Somewhere in the middle, honestly. I don't believe in super short HIT workouts for me. I did those years ago, and I don't want to be in there too long. I just have shit to do. I don't have all day to train, so it's pretty intense, but I'm out of I get my weight training done. Leg day might take more than an hour, like an hour and 15, 20 minutes. Back day, like an hour, because I'm also doing rear delts, sometimes traps, rarely. Biceps. Those days take a little longer, like an hour and 15 minutes for the weights. My push day, which is chest, shoulders, triceps, I can get that done in an hour. But I don't want to be in there more than an hour and 15, 20 minutes. Mendar Degvekar. Problem with Hunter is his back is not that good, and Nick has the personality. Yeah. Nick's personality is really, you know, he's got the freakish physique, but he's also such a chill guy. He does so much content. He's on Fuad's channel like every damn day. So people get a real good insight into who he is. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He's a cool kid. I like Nick. Let's see. Harish, is it okay to jump on the sauce, Roids, after a few years of natural lifting? Especially if you started working out in your 30s? Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to ask my permission. I'm not your dad. You're a grown-ass man. Do what you want. I just feel like anyone, if you're going to use steroids, you should have a base, which you do. You should know how to train, know how to eat. And you should do your research and learn all about them before you start putting these very powerful hormones and chemicals into your body. You should spend a lot of time really learning about them. There's so many resources out there. There's no reason for anyone to be ignorant anymore. It's all out there. So if you're not informed and not educated, it's on you. You're just being lazy. So yeah, of course it's okay to use them. You're an adult. I don't know if they're legal in your country where you are. I'm assuming you're in India or Pakistan or something. I don't know. But yeah, I would just learn as much as you can about them, and, you know, so you can do it safely as possible, I should say. Justin Trollop. Dave mentioned his nerve damage, his calves, inner head shrinking. I've suffered the same problem. This is the first time I've heard an explanation. Do you have any idea what caused it? Nerve damage. I don't know what causes nerve damage, but, you know, we saw it happen with Ronnie Coleman, where one side of his body started looking smaller than the other. One lat was smaller, one arm, one leg. I don't know what causes nerve damage. I don't know how you impinge a nerve or whatever. It gets like blocked, and the brain can't send the signal to the muscle anymore. So yeah, you'll have like a muscle just start shrinking, even though you're trying to train it. But it's scary, but it happens. Philip Rowe. Hunter drinks almost all his food. Wow. Bunch of protein shakes and Rice Krispie cereal and blended chicken. He could be better eating normal meals. Why doesn't he eat more meals? I mean, I know he's busy, works for his dad's company and everything, but come on, dude. You want to win the Olympia. He does want to win the Olympia. I don't know why he's not eating more solid meals. Maybe it's just to get more. He says his digestion is bad. That's the only way he can get it all down. I don't know. That's a whole other argument. How would Edward Kawak place today, says Andles? Not very well. He was blocky. He had a thick midsection. Freakish. He had a lot of muscle. He was ahead of his time for mass and stuff. I remember huge legs, huge delts, chest. He was a thick guy, Eduardo Kawak, from France, I believe, originally from Lebanon. But I don't think he would do that well. His shape and structure were not. He wasn't pretty to look at. Yeah, like his torso was pretty blocky. It wasn't like a V. It was more like a block. Why doesn't anybody mention the jaw cramps? Oh, from eating a lot? Yeah. TJ Lee, hey brother, TRT is on the way. Thanks for the Frontline Alternative Medicine recommendation / interview. Yeah, that's who I'll be working with soon after my photo shoots when I go to TRT Frontline. Sagar, thoughts on how to build muscle and lose fat with calisthenics and vegetarian diet? I'm skinny fat, trying to do body. You're not going to build much muscle with calisthenics. I'm sorry. It's just your body weight. It's not enough. You need more resistance. You need to weight train. You need to do your benches, your rows, your squats, your deadlifts, your military presses, your curls, your skull crushers, your dips, your chin-ups. I guess chin-ups and dips would be considered calisthenics, but it's still your body weight. Eventually, it's going to get too easy. Push-ups. Eventually, you're going to be able to knock out 50 to 100 push-ups. It's not enough, or else that's why we have weight training. And the vegetarian diet, I don't know if that's part of your religion or whatever, but you can build muscle with a vegetarian diet if you're combining your foods properly so you get all the amino acids, but plant-based is not as effective as animal-based when it comes to building muscle. It's just not. I don't know too many big vegetarians or vegans. I know a lot of big people who eat meat and poultry. J-Dog, come to the dark side. It's the spine. He doesn't eat a single meal. He drinks all of it, says Gura Gaming. Wow. Terrible diet for pro bodybuilder. I think he said he has some serious digestion issues, but I can't believe I find it hard to believe he can't digest like any solid food. That's awful. I mean, maybe he needs to get that looked at. That sounds really serious. Yeah, but you know, some people like Nick T have made several videos. They're doing And Coach Greg Doucette, a lot of people making bank off talking about Hunter's shitty diet. So good for them. Terrible. He doesn't eat because the chewing gets painful on roids. Does he say that? Or are you just saying that? Easy dream. Hairy balls into house, Ron. Hairy balls. The man with the hairiest balls ever. You might want to look into one of those lawnmowers and shave those things down. Endless gaming. Military press are not a bodybuilding exercise? Yeah, they are. Absolutely. Military press just means a press to the front. Like you're seated with a barbell, usually with your back supported. You press up. I did tons of those in my 20s and 30s, and my delts were big. They're not small now, but they were big. When I used to do 275 any day of the week, and some days with a little lean back, I would do 315 on my military presses. Those are very effective compound movement for the shoulders. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. So, Sagar, my age 25. Told I'm skinny fat. PT told me I'm skinny fat, gave me a high protein, moderate fat, zero carb diet for 3 days and eat carbs in 4th day. Told me to eat 2 times. Oh, God. I can't critique all these. It's just too much, guys. I'm sorry. Because then I'm losing all these other questions. Harish, much love from India. Wanted to know thoughts on starting late since many ballers have been dying lately. Well, starting gear late, is that what you're talking about? I mean, the longer you're on gear and the more gear you use, the higher your risk is. So the less time overall and the less gear you use, you should be relatively safer than you would have been had you been on gear longer and used more gear. That's just my common sense approach to that whole scenario. Juvenizedzu, that's a long name. Hey, Ron, just want to add that there are legit medical reasons for TRT. Oh, of course. I'm a testicular cancer survivor, 25 years in July. Congratulations. And TRT is essential for general health. There are also hypogonadal men who were born without, with very low T. Their testicles never produced enough in the first place. So hypogonadal men are absolutely ideal candidates for TRT/HRT. And of course, if you had testicular cancer. My nephew Mike had testicular cancer too, and actually, Goon, my training partner that I trained with for years, big dude, 6'5", he was a testicular cancer survivor as well, but he still had one, so they didn't put him on TRT. I don't think. We got everything. All right, guys, I've been rambling for close to an hour, as is my style. Appreciate all the questions. Appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, I'll be back doing one of these again real soon. So please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, leave some more comments. I respond to everything. I like that because I appreciate you guys leaving your comments. It's good for the algebra algorithm. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, man. I'll have to get your questions next time. It's all about cycles and stuff. So appreciate you guys watching. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.